Hello and welcome back to Club 1 Part 10 of our FM22 Let's Play, where we attempt to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. We are back here today with Blyth Spartans and we've got hopefully 3 games for you today. We are in the playoff final, so obviously we were meant to avoid relegation. We ended up finishing second, so we did finish just 2 points behind Flyde. If anything, we were a little bit of a bottle job here because we did lose against Kidderminster and against Brackley in the run-up to that one, so potential 6 points there, and we've ended up finishing 2 points behind first place Flyde, but we do still have the playoffs. And remember, we were only meant to avoid relegation this season. The reason I say hopefully 3 matches, obviously we've got the semi-final playoff to play, we've also definitely got the FA Trophy final against Kettering in today's episode, so it's all going to come down to how we do in the playoffs, and this could be a very successful season or the ultimate bottle job at the end of it. This is the team we have chosen to go and face Kidderminster. We've got Johnston in goal, back four with Liddell, Brownsword, Buddle and Evans, Cunningham, Sharif and Reed in midfield, O'Donnell and Thompson on the wings with Brown, Sterling up front. So very much our team we've been using all the way through our good patches of form. The only sort of interesting statistic here as well is we've not actually beaten Kidderminster so far this season. I think we've played them 3 or 4 times this season. We have lost all of those. If you're excited for today's episode and the series in general, please do drop a big like down below the video. It does really help out with the YouTube algorithm and the channel. Hopefully though we can go and get some success here against Kidderminster and ignore the fact that we've not beaten them before, and then we will have a match against either Darlington or York. Darlington, who did finish 3rd, I believe. They kind of snuck up and just overtook Gateshead, who were 3rd for a lot of the season, or at least the end of the season, and have managed to kind of sneak in there. Brown, Sterling there, tackling, pressing the defence, and almost chipping the goalkeeper, which would have been a fantastic start, but instead hasn't quite managed it. The ball has been launched forward by the Kidderminster goalkeeper just for our defenders to pick up though. And now hopefully we can build from the back. Thompson here, through on goal. It's a pretty tame shot from him as well, as it turns out. Needed a bit more oomph to it, but we do seem raring to go in this one. What we don't want to do is what we did in our Nottingham Forest save when we were in the playoff there. If you happen to be a long-term viewer of the channel and you saw that one, which is we used up all of our goals in our semi-final. We won that one 4-5-0. And then when it actually got to the final, didn't really have a lot left. We were very lackluster throughout the entire match. Didn't really ever look like getting going, and we didn't get promoted that season. O'Donnell here with a ball to run onto though. Can O'Donnell put one away? O'Donnell has put it away, putting us 1-0 up against Kidderminster with inside the first 10 minutes in this semi-final leg. I'm pretty sure the semi-final is only 1 leg. I probably should have checked that, but I'm 99% sure it is only 1 leg. I might well have checked it. Either way, O'Donnell there with a really good finish. He's run onto that one. It has become quite a tight angle. Their goalkeeper's dropped to the floor way too early for my liking. And we are 1-0 up, and so far definitely the better team on the pitch. We're good value for that 1-0 lead as well. We've so far had 5 shots, and they've not yet actually had a shot on our goal. So we're more than happy to take this 1-0 win. Again, it's a big distribution forward, and their goalkeeper has come off this time. No, Austin was through on goal. He's rattled the crossbar there. Pretty unfortunate for them because we did let them in there, and it's a really good chance that goes begging there for Kidderminster. I do feel, regardless of what does happen in these playoff matches and within the cup final though, this is definitely, it's got to be considered a successful season given what the board expected of us and what the fans expected of us, which is to fight against relegation. Maybe they never expect us to be relegation actual candidates, but they definitely expect us to be way down there. And when we had a look at the season preview, we kind of saw as well that the season before last, the last completed season, we were 21st, I think. And last season, when the season itself was curtailed early by COVID-19, we were bottom of the league at the time that the league stopped as well. So maybe lucky there to escape relegation. And it is a very, very new look side, obviously, compared to those last few seasons. We saw that a lot of these players, it's their first season here. Some of them are longer term, but a lot of the players, obviously, playing their first season for Spartans here. We're 3 on goal again. Thompson brought down in the box. Nothing being given there by the referee, though. No penalty for us, but we have still retained possession. That was a risky ball forward there that we almost lost. Back to what I was saying, though, I think regardless of what happens here, it's a very, very successful season for us, and I think it's definitely something we can build on next season. Some of these players won't be here next season, some of them will be. Brown Sterling is one of the ones that definitely will be. He has been disallowed that goal there, though, unfortunately not putting us 2-0 up. He just fractionally, very, very, very fractionally offside. I think potentially had a protruding body part there over the line rather than anything else, because there definitely was not a lot in it. But we are still looking very, very good value for this lead. And if ever you're going to sort of break your poor spell against the side, like obviously, like I said, we haven't beaten Kidderminster for a while, it's probably the time to do it in the playoff final. I think if you turn around to Blyth Spartan fans and said at the start of the season you're going to lose to Kidderminster for like the first 3-4 years you play them, but when you eventually play them in the playoff semi-final, when it really matters, you are going to beat them. I think they take that. Only point being, again, it's another team. If we'd ever managed to beat them this season, we would have been winning the league and we wouldn't be having to go through these playoffs. Again, there's 2 points in it between us and Flyde. Really, really, really close at the top at the end of the season, as it turns out. We're to blame there that we haven't managed to go on and win it, and then we wouldn't be seeing these. It would just be a episode of YouTube where we go, hey guys, look, we won the league, also cup final. That would have been pretty good. It would have been a bit of silverware. Brown Sterling through on goal here. He's tried to lob the goalkeeper again. I don't think I've ever seen him chip a goalkeeper, and that's twice in this match he's attempted it, and twice it hasn't come off. A goal here would be lovely. We're definitely, again, the team ahead here, but one goal in it, it's never comfortable. It never feels like enough. We know definitely in football in general, but especially in Football Manager and in FM22, one goal can disappear very, very quickly. A very quick counter-attack by a team or something along those lines, and all of a sudden you are losing. Thompson's looking quite tired, so he's going to come off, and Gilly's going to come on here, and Cunningham, I guess, should come off as well. So we could bring on Ben Clark in this position, and we'll drop Reed back to the ball-winning midfielder position just to freshen up that midfield as well. It does leave us a substitution to make that we can make in a minute. And again, I guess Kidderminster are going down the route of they will stop our attacks by breaking every limb in my players' bodies, because they have got 5 yellow cards so far. We have got 2 of our own, though, to be fair. Oh, they've got 6 now. It's yellow card city over in the Kidderminster camp. And we do need to make that final substitution with 6 or 7 minutes left to go here. And I think Brown Sterling is going to be ultra important for the next match, provided that we do actually go through in this tie. So we're going to bring on Dan Maguire and just rest Brown Sterling's legs for a bit, and hopefully we can just see out the last few minutes of this match. I've never ever, I don't know if anyone else has found this, it's not very often I've been in a playoff final, to be fair. When I've played in personal saves, we tend to win the league. Not boasting, but it is what we do. So one of the only ones that I've actually played is the one with Nottingham, but I have played a couple in personal saves. I've never ever won a playoff final. It's never happened. So if we do win one today, it will be the first time. Maguire there just dropping back deep to regain that possession, and we've only got 10-15 seconds left on the clock here, guys. I wouldn't be launching a big ball forward. I'd be keeping hold of the ball, because all we do by giving them the ball is giving them the chance to actually come back, but they haven't managed it. It is a 1-0 win for us. It's not too emphatic a win. Maybe this is what we need. We need just that 1-0 win, see us through the tie. We are going to be facing Darlington, who finished just behind us. I say just behind us. They were a good 10 points behind us. We are going to be facing Darlington in the final then, and maybe we've saved enough goals to actually see us through it. Here's hoping. So here is our team for the match against Darlington. You'll notice it is identical for the match we just used against Kidderminster. The team performed well, and I don't want to fiddle with it. I'm hoping this team can go out and get the same result. Interestingly as well, the playoffs aren't played on neutral ground, so we are actually at home. I have double checked this. We are actually at Blyth Spartans home ground, so we do actually have home advantage in this tie, and hopefully we can make something of that. Hopefully that helps the result turn our way. I'm not sure what our record is against Darlington this season. I haven't looked. You can see our recent form now. We've lost 2 and then won 3 on the trot, so we have come into this in decent form, whereas Darlington have actually lost 1, so they would have lost their last match of the season, I guess. So I don't know if that makes them less informed or more informed. They've won more of their last 5 games, but they've lost more of their last 2. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? Does that make them more the informed team or make us the informed team? Regardless, hopefully we just go and get a good result and form goes out the window and it doesn't really matter. I definitely think it is a little bit strange that the playoff final isn't played on neutral ground. I would have thought there would be somewhere. Now, I'm not expecting Wembley, but I would have thought there was somewhere in the league sort of in the middle of the 2 grounds that you could go and use, another club's ground or something like that, where you'd have equal amount of home support and away support and no home advantage. Oh, Cunningham with an absolute thunderbolt there. We can see our stadium is actually packed today. We are filling this about 25% of capacity. It does look like it is at 100% today. That was what sort of notified me. We got the sort of news article through going, we're expecting a bumper crowd and blah blah blah, and it is going to be filled with mostly our home support because it is a home game. Still a little bit strange to say. I never really know what to expect from a sort of a playoff final as well. Do both teams go all out, or do you kind of end up with a bit of a cagey affair because neither one wants to take too many risks and potentially leave themselves open at the back or make a mistake going forward or foul a player, etc, etc. We seem to be kind of playing our normal game at the moment. O'Donnell with a cross into the box. Brown Sterling meets it with his head, and we are 1-0 up in the final. Are we getting promoted at the first time of asking? That's also number 30 for Brown Sterling this season. Very, very important player for us, and it is kind of it's kind of a good sign that he's getting his 30th goal there, and our striker is scoring in the final. Hopefully, like I said, we haven't used up all our goals, and now we've got lots of them left for this game, and we can go ahead and get another couple in a minute. It is a free kick to us outside the box, so Donald just passing that one to Thompson. Can Thompson sort of cross it over the area? He can. Brown Sterling with another shot, but he can't quite keep that one down. It does end up with the Blythe support behind the goal, and I don't feel like we need to be making too many tactical changes at the moment. We are a little bit behind on possession, but I don't feel like that's really the most important thing here at the moment. We can kind of see we're all right on shots. There is a free kick here to Darlington. No, they have got a head to it. Nelson there, completely unmarked at the far post. Gave him a completely free header, but he hasn't made anything of it, which is very, very lucky for us, because that's the sort of thing we do need to be avoiding. Again, it's over on that side. Reese Evans is absolutely fine as a generality, but I don't think he'll be a player if we do get promoted, or if we don't, I don't think he'll be a player that's playing there next season. We've already got like a minor bit of budget through, not necessarily our transfer budget, but we've got our wage budget through for next season, and even though we've been overspending on wages this season, we're going to have about another £1,200 left in the kitty for us to spend on wages. So hopefully we can bring in players that are a little bit of a better quality, regardless of if we stay in this league or not. Even if we stay in this league, we should be able to maybe bring in a sort of little bit of a higher caliber of players that will next time allow us to go on and win the league. We weren't very, very far off of it with these players that we're using now. So give us a really, really good right back, and I don't know, maybe a better goalkeeper. Not that I think Johnston's bad, I just think he can be a little bit off in sort of big games. I don't know where else we'd sort of have a look. Maybe out on the left or right wings. Definitely needs some improvement. It's something we'll be looking at regardless of results today. In the next episode, we'll have a look at the season review and start building up transfers, either for life in the National League, which is looking very, very likely, or for life in the Northern League. But at the moment, we are 2-0 up. JJ O'Donnell getting, I think that was his 10th goal of the season there. off of that left wing. This change to a 4-3-3 formation midway through the season has definitely benefited us as well, to be on that really poor run of form, and just having that extra defensive midfielders massively helped us out. It stopped us letting in those really stupid goals that we were letting in. And again, that is such a massive distribution from their goalkeeper. It's gone all the way back to Johnstone. And again, I just think it's stupid. It just allows us to build from the back. We're never going to complain about this because it's just really easy possession for us. There's no massive pressure on us to do anything. I do think after this highlight as well, we probably need to be making a substitution. Now we're 2-0 up. If we can get a third, we fully turn our attention, sort of go job done, and fully turn our attention to the cup final. And Thompson has managed to put in a third there. And before we even look at that highlight, we're going to do exactly what I said, and we will be making our substitutions. And it's very much got to be based off of who do I want most in the next game. I think Sharif we probably definitely want, so we'll bring on Ben Clark for him. And I think Brown Sterling we definitely want as well, so Dan Maguire can come on. And I think in a minute we will be substituting one of our central defenders, probably Brown Sword as well. That was a really, really good finish there from Thompson though. I mean, he's potentially a player that needs to be staying next season because he's still got room to grow, and he can do stuff like this. It was a really, really good touch to bring the ball down, just run up on the goalkeeper, and it's a really, really good finish. And we're 3-0 up. We've done it the right way around this time. We saved all of the goals for the final, not used them all up in the playoff semi-final, and then have nothing left for the final. We're going to make that final substitution now. Brown Sword's going to come off. Toby Lees can come on just to save Brown Sword's legs, because I feel now 3-0. Job not completely done, but job done enough that we can sort of focus on winning a second bit of silverware in our first season here. If we win the cup final, I feel like a promotion and a cup in your first season as a manager and your first season at a club that's expected to get relegated. Pretty good job. I think it is. Let me know what you guys think, but I think you'd be very, very happy mostly if you had a manager that came in and did that, won whatever league you're in, and you won a cup in your first season. You'd be pretty happy with that. And that is full time for us. It's 3-0. We let the team know, well done, you've secured promotion. We will be a National League team next season. We don't get any of the lovely fanfare, apparently. National League, don't get I mean, I guess we haven't won a trophy, so you don't get a cup or anything, but I'd expect a little bit of a parade. I've got a final day promotion, though. That is really, really good for us. 3-0 on the day. Can't ask for a lot more than that. And we will be a National League side next season. Made it maybe a little bit harder than we needed to, but it's all good. And holy, our wage budget this season's been like 1.6k, so that's going up to 11,000, and we're giving me a £23,000 transfer budget. That seems like a lot. What's our projection like? Guys, are you okay? This was all positive. I looked just before the episode because I was aware we had some transfer debt, and that was all positive, and now it's all negative. Like, they're fully banking on giving me this money and us being absolutely fine there. Yeah, so that leaves us £3,000 in the wage budget. Maybe it is not as much as I thought it was, but 23,000 in the transfer budget. I feel like we can do a little bit of a job with that. But for now, we can't even worry about that right now. They're all very happy. It's lots of stuff about how good a manager I am and how happy I am. But we need to now get over for that cup final against Kettering. Oh, what an episode. And we're not quite at that Kettering match yet, but we've got to come back for this. Brown Sterling named as National League North Player of the Year winner. 40 appearances, 23 goals, 6 assists, 7.32 rating. That's a good job, well done. Congratulations on that, lad. Now go out and score 2 or 3 in the match against Kettering. He also got the golden boot. The next player also had 23 goals, but I'm guessing that Brown Sterling did it in less games. Yeah, he had less playing time as well. We've also got the managers to be voted for, and if I don't win that, I'm going to be very, very annoyed. So it is cup final day against Kettering. We have had to make the one change. We've brought in Ben Clark to replace Sean Reid in midfield. We have got a couple of tired players. O'Donnell and Thompson are both a little bit tired on the wing, but not enough for me to worry about and change the dynamics. We've got Josh Gillies who can come in on that side, and then JJ O'Donnell, also Josh Gillies, can come in on that side, which is quite nice. I am thinking maybe I need to change these subs up. and bring someone else in. But equally, again, 5 substitutes. Don't really have the depth to do it with 5 substitutes. Kind of got to go with what we have got. Can we go out now and add a little bit of silverware to our promotion? Hopefully we can. Kettering obviously going to be a bit fitter, I would have thought, because they have had a lot more time off. They haven't been playing for the last week or so, whereas we've played 2 matches in the last sort of 4 or 5 days. We're definitely coming in on a high, so maybe that will be enough to sort of boost the team morale, boost the energy levels enough. Play through the pain, guys. You don't have to play for a month or a couple of months, however long the off season is. I'm not actually sure in terms of when the National League starts, but they'll have time off. You can play through until your legs bleed today and it'll all be okay, guys. O'Donnell here just cagely keeping hold of the ball, little sort of lobbing that one forward for Sharif to run onto. But, you know, not enough oomph on it to get by. And Powell's now through on goal. Can we catch up with him? We can't. But Johnston's managed to make a really good save there, keeping us in that one. Good effort there from him. I'm hoping this isn't going to be the story of this game, which is going to just be Kettering managing to counter-attack upon counter-attack because we're too tired to trek back and defend when we are attacking. Or if we are attacking, we just need to be clinical and put a goal in every time, and then it doesn't matter because we don't have to trek back. Whistle's blown. We've got lots of time to get back while Kettering wanders to the centre circle. At the moment, it's a less eventful affair than the semi-final and the final playoffs of the actual league games. This is a pretty dull cup final so far. I guess, again, though, if you could take promotion and then, you know, potentially lose a cup final, if that is what happens today, I guess as a supporter and as a club in general, you'd kind of go with that because longevity wise, you know, it makes more sense to be in the league above rather than have won a cup. You know, that's a lot more financial benefit to the club. The prestige is nice in winning a club, even if it is only the FA trophy, but doesn't make a lot of sense to do it that way round. I'm just looking at the ground as well. I'm not sure where we are. It's in a neutral ground. I can't see. Is the FA trophy at Wembley? It is. We are in Wembley in London. I was about to say, because there's not a lot of support here. I mean, behind the goal, we can see there's quite a lot of Blyth Spartans supporters over here, but either side along the ground, it is basically empty. I mean, look at that. There's no one here. There was some spare seats going if anyone wanted to see this FA trophy match. There was no trouble getting tickets. That is, that's taking social distancing a little bit too far, I feel. Not that I think that's a thing anymore in football stadiums, is it? I feel like you can pretty much fill them to whatever capacity you want and then it's fine. I don't know. And are we actually going to see any more highlights? I can see Thompson and O'Donnell are looking pretty tired out on those wings. Cunningham's looking pretty tired as well, and Rhys Evans. So we are starting to get some very, very tired legs. If anything, we could do without this going to extra time. I mean, it's not like we've got a match coming up anytime soon, so I guess it would be okay. But equally, I don't want anyone to sort of break, so we'll bring on Josh Gillies over here on that side, and I guess Cunningham comes off and we bring on Sean Reed because he was tired before the match, but not too tired to not play at all, just potentially a bit too tired to start him. I didn't really want to start with 3 players that were tired, although in hindsight I probably should have gone with 1 on the wing and 1 in central midfield rather than both out on the wing. And they have got a player injured now, whoever that is. Luhan has been injured for Kettering. We are coming up to the 85th minute here. I'm wondering, do I make another substitution? We are going to have to take O'Donnell off in a minute, but I'm thinking maybe now it makes more sense just to wait until the end of the match, and then we can maybe put Brown Sterling out in place of O'Donnell. It is still 0-0. We are going to go to extra time. It's not ideal. We'll go to extra time though, it's fine. We can go Brown Sterling out here for O'Donnell. We'll bring Maguire up front, and we will have another substitution we can make, I believe. I think you can make another one in extra time. I'd imagine you can. We'll see in a minute, because we've got Clark that's tired now, Sharif's tired, Brown Sterling's looking pretty knackered as well. Rhys Evans is now way down in the red, so we probably need to take Rhys Evans off now. We can bring on Toby Lees there, and then bring Lees over there and put Brown Sword out on the right. And is this going to go to penalties? Very possible. Let's encourage the team. Brown Sterling has found the ball in the box though. It's across to absolutely no one, but Josh Gillies is going to manage to get there first. Back to Brownsword, over to Clark. Brownsword again. He has been tackled but managed to regain possession. Can he get across into the box? He has, into Brown Sterling. Brown Sterling not quite managing to get high enough to head that one home. Brown Sterling again in the box now, into Maguire. Maguire with a shot, but it's been saved by the Kettering goalkeeper Davies. We have got a corner off of this one though. We've just encouraged the team. A shout's just gone through. Josh Gillies into the box. No one there to find a header there to put this one away. Brownsword now recuperating possession. Big ball forward to Maguire. Nothing coming of it. Davies there straight away to collect that one, and he's distributed it very, very quickly. Luckily though, we've managed to get back and make a tackle. So it hasn't all been for nothing. It was a counter-attack, but not the counter-attack to end all counter-attacks. And we've now got to start the second half of extra time. And as it stands, it does look like it's going to be going to penalties. We encourage the team again. Let them know how good they're doing. I swear, if this goes to penalties, I am going to drink my cup of tea while I'm doing it. Because penalties, I think, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, but I think penalties are the dullest thing in Football Manager. I mean, I get the whole reason behind it, because obviously they're not like necessarily the most exciting thing in real life, but they do seem spectacularly dull in Football Manager. They just seem to take a very, very long time. We're told the team to go out there, get no regrets. We're just gonna, I think we're going to up the match speed just a tad. And Powell here, the first one to take a penalty. Johnstone has saved it. The first penalty for Blyth has been saved. Penalties are dull, he says, and then gets super excited. Reed stepping up to take his. Oh, dear Lord. It's Reed. Reed has managed to put it away. It's not a repeat of his last penalty. Dear Lord. I say his last penalty. He's taken about 5 since then, and he's scored all of them. So I should probably stop laying into him. But, you know, you did have an episode named The Worst Penalty Ever, referring to your penalty. So, Brown Sterling putting away our second there. We do still have advantage over Kettering. Goldthorpe now stepping up for them. Can he score? He has scored. Johnstone not managing to get to that one. He did go the right way, but didn't manage to save it. Maguire now stepping up for our third penalty. It's been saved, my Davies. We're back level. It is 2 apiece. And now it's going to be kind of goalkeeper make them saves a hero. Santos there for Kettering has hit that so hard it's bounced off the back of the net and hit Johnstone in the head. Josh Gillies, can you make yourself a hero, lad? Josh Gillies putting his away. 3 apiece now. We're down to the final penalties here. Is someone going to make a mistake in this? O'Neill for Kettering stepping up. And that was a very, very tame penalty. If Johnson had committed himself a little bit more there, he might have got to it. And now we've got Brownsword coming to take a penalty. I don't know if this is a good thing or not. It's a central defender playing as a makeshift right back. He has managed to score his penalty, so we are still into it. And we're now into sudden death. Barrett here for Kettering. We're probably into players that have never taken a penalty in their life now. Johnson not managing to save that one. I'm a little disappointed in that, in the sense that, you know, it was basically straight at you, or at least where you were. And now we've got Sharif coming up to take his penalty again. Probably a player that's never ever taken a penalty before. This is not a good time to take it. And unfortunately, Sharif there missing his penalty. We aren't going to win the FA Trophy. That's not the best end to the season. This was meant to be us. They're in red, but it's not our away kit. It is Kettering, unfortunately, there, winning the FA Trophy on penalties. As it turned out, not the most exciting match we've had this season. I mean, good for you guys. You didn't get promoted. Not that I'm a sore loser or anything, but you didn't get promoted and we did. So, you know, I feel like we're still the better side. Praise the team there. Hopefully they're happy with this. Stop with your cartwheel, you cretin. We got promoted. That's the point of this episode. The point of this episode is we lost the FA Trophy, but we got promoted to the National League. It's a job well done. What is Sharif's penalty taking attribute? Where are penalties on this? I actually don't know where penalties are on this. Penalty taking a 3. Oh dear. Oh dear. We have got some money paid out for that FA Trophy win. And I mean, I still think very, very successful season. The board seem pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope you guys are pretty happy with it, and I hope that you will join me on tomorrow's episode for our season review as well, because it has been a very, very good season. And we will be back tomorrow with the season review and the transfers. Pop over and have a look at that one. It will be uploaded at 10 PM UK time as always. If you have enjoyed today's episode, guys, please do drop a like down on the video. It really, really helps out. And if you are enjoying the content and want to see how we get on the National League, then why not subscribe to the channel as well? You can do that by either hitting the subscribe button as normal, or there is a channel badge on the screen now that will allow you to do so. And if you are enjoying the content and you can't wait until tomorrow, why not have a look at this video next?